the little bit of homework you got in primary school, which I hated, was just a tiny little bit, and then from secondary school there was like so much. There was homework for like every subject, but it was okay.
And was there any nights like where it was like really hard to keep on top of like any certain years?
For certain years it was definitely more so like fifth year. Fifth year was like really heavy with the homework, probably more so than sixth year, which I was really surprised about. But like there was sometimes like in school where you'd have like a day and your day would be maths, English, Irish, and then like 2 choice subjects in one day where you get homework in every subject. And I'm like, no, that's a long day.
That is a really long day.
How's your experience from first to third year?
I didn't really have much of an experience because majority of it was actually through COVID. So my first to third year really, I was in first year for the whole year, and then second and third year, a lot of it was online.
How did you find it online?
It was difficult. Like it was really difficult because like there was no real motivation when you're online to actually get up and go to school. Like you just sit in bed with your laptop. And like I thought it would be great. I was like 2 weeks off school, hallelujah, like let's go. And then like we hit like a month or so, I was like, no, I need to go back to school. Like I really miss it.
Especially in secondary school, especially like with were you in a mixed primary school?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you need that bit of socialising.
Yeah, there was no socialising. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through what you've been up to since you graduated?
So last year I did a PLC in DIFE, and I did a pre-university nursing course. I did okay in my Leaving Cert. I just never even opened the CAO in 5th and 6th year. I didn't open it because I didn't think I'd get the grades. So I did a PLC instead, and it was the most beneficial thing I've ever done in my life. So I did that in pre-nursing, and then I ended up getting a place in the UK for my nursing degree, which I haven't taken yet. I did defer it as because of the PLC and the qualifications I got, I now have a full-time job as a healthcare assistant in a nursing home, which it's a hard job, long hours, but do you know what, it is the most rewarding job I've ever had. I absolutely love it.
That's very good.
What's the biggest challenge you face since leaving school and how to overcome it?
Being in the real world. I don't like the real world.
No.
I genuinely, like, through my 6 years in school, like, I was always one of these people who, like, I liked school, but then again, I didn't. I was like, I cannot wait to graduate.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't realise that when I graduated, I'd miss it so much. Like, even now, like, I'd say to my sister, going, you can go to work and I'll go to school for you.
Yeah.
Like, I actually miss school, and I think the biggest thing was when you're in school, you have like a social bubble, you have like all your friends and that a lot. And when you graduate, like, you talk to your friends for a few weeks and that lot. But a lot of them kind of like they go off to university or they get a job and that lot, and it's actually really hard to kind of stay friends.
You don't go like your second.
And I miss it. Like one of the other things would be like now I'm working, I actually miss having something to work towards. And I didn't think I'd miss that. Like I miss going home and having to do my homework, to do my essays, or from college do my assignments. Like when I'm working, I just go home and sleep because there's nothing to work towards, and I actually really miss the work. So
would you consider TY now?
Like doing TY now?
Doing TY now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now my TY again wasn't as good as your TY because when I came into TY, we were just coming back after COVID.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we didn't do as much as you would do now, but it was a very beneficial year because I got that year to be able to find myself and who I really was and have a bit of fun before the stress started of Leaving Cert.
Yeah.
And like all the trips and stuff, like I've always wanted to do hell and back.
Yeah.
And then I did it in TY, I was like so excited. No, I did
Yeah.
not win hell and back, or I think I was in the last group, but it was very fun. I loved it. And like it really gave me a year to like, because I was on the basketball team in school, and it really gave me a year to kind of like put my work into basketball.
Yeah.
Whereas the other years was like, should I really be doing it because I
Yes.
have like
Yeah,
the Leaving Cert to focus on.
Yeah.
So TY was like a really good year to be able to do stuff on my interests. So I definitely would recommend it for people.
Yeah. And did you go on like what trips did you go on?
We did Hellenbach. We did Navan Adventure Centre. I'm trying to remember. We did go-karting. That was really fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was more. I just cannot remember.
Yeah. That's
Did
okay.
you go abroad? Just,
I don't think TYs went abroad that year. I think they went to Carlingford.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
But I know they went abroad in 5th year to
Italy,
Italy. So
Do you have any tips for Leaving Cert students now that you've already completed it?
yeah. Genuinely, like, if you're only starting 5th year now, like, start like putting your head to it now. Because if you start putting your head to it in 6th year, it's not really gonna go well because you're gonna miss all your 5th year stuff. You're gonna be super stressed. Like, I put my head down at the start of 5th year and then I kind of fell out during 5th year, and then I was like, right, I'll put my head down in 6th year. And then like a few months before the Leaving Cert, I was like, right, I really need to like get on it now.
Yeah.
And it genuinely, like, it stressed me so much because I had so much work to do in such a little time because I hadn't done it in 5th year. So for anybody in 5th year, like, please, like, start looking over your stuff now. And like, it doesn't have to be much. Like, it genuinely, you don't have to do much if you start now, and then you have the 2 years to do it, and you're not going to be stressed doing so much like a few months beforehand. And then for like 6 years, don't stress yourself either. Like, at the end of the day, like, the Leaving Cert, yeah, you can get into your universities, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
There is, like, if a door closes from your Leaving Cert, there's still plenty of windows to get out of. Like, there is always a way to do what you want to do, whether you fail or pass or not. I'm not saying fail your Leaving Cert, guys, but don't stress over it.
Yeah.
That's great. Looking back, were there any experiences during your time here that you think prepared you for like the real world?
Definitely like in 5th and TY when we did work experience kind of thing. Because then you got to go out and like actually have a look at like how a job works and getting up in the morning to go to the job and like having all those responsibilities. So I really thought that was very beneficial for the real world, because once you leave school, like if you don't go into university, you're going to be working. And like it's really good to know what you're going into beforehand. And as well, like with like TY, when you did your work experience and that lot, like I specifically picked places where I thought I would want to work in the future, and that's really good. So I can get the experience of something, maybe 1 day a week is what we did, get the experience of that before actually going into a job and realising I don't like it. So that was really beneficial, which the school did.
Were you part of any sports teams in the school?
Yeah, I was part of basketball. I started basketball, I think it was in 2nd year for like 4 weeks, and then we went into lockdown. And then I kind of did more in 3rd year, and then like TY 5th and 6th year was like where I did loads. Now I didn't win any big titles. I think we came 3rd in the All Irelands in
It's amazing.
6th year. Yeah, because that was my last game. I was good about that one, but yeah, I did basketball.
And do you have any like specific memories from that? Like
From basketball?
yeah.
Definitely when we used to like go up to the different matches. Like the
Yeah.
bus rides up would be the best thing ever. Like we'd
Yeah.
have the music playing, and like even in the change rooms before the matches when we just like have like a little pep talk or
Yeah.
something. Like it was actually really nice to be part of a group, and like just the adrenaline rush when you run onto that court and run off going, oh, that was amazing. Like I could go out and do that 100 times over. So that was really good.
Yeah. What was like first aid for you when you were practicing first aid?
First aid, like in school or?
Yeah.
I did first aid once in school. But I do it a lot outside of school, so I'm a volunteer first aider.
And what's that like?
It's stressful.
Yeah.
It can be quite stressful. Like especially in college last year, I kind of, and in Leaving Cert, I kind of try and juggle, like doing so much. Like I'm part of Order of Malta, doing so much with the Order of Malta, and doing the schoolwork. But like when you go, like I go on G, so I go to the horse race and that lot, and it could be the best day ever. Or you can have about like 5 jockeys fall off their horses in one race, and that's quite stressful. And as well, like the responsibilities when you're on G, like I've like I look after the cadets who are aged 8 to 16, I want to say. So I kind of like look after them. Like I'm quite heavily involved in it, and it is quite stressful, but it's a great skill to be able to do. Like it's absolutely fantastic. It's really good.
Do you have any like really good or bad experiences from
School.
or the first aid?
From school, yeah, I have loads of really good experiences. Like I have some friends who I've met in first year and who I still see now.
Yeah.
Or like even if I don't see them, like we could stop talking for about 3 months, we'd go out and try and we'd like nothing's ever changed.
Yeah.
Like I've really made some very, very good friendships in school. I wouldn't say I have many bad experiences apart from the homework.
Yeah.
Like that. But no, there wasn't really many bad experiences. It was now if you asked me when I was in school, I could probably write you a whole list of them. But now coming out of school and I'm looking back at my time in the school, there really wasn't any.
Yeah.
Like it was just me being dramatic when I was in school. And then the first aid, the best experiences I have is we do competitions. So like we compete in our first aid skills, and like last year I won 3rd place for EFR individual, and that was on a national level. And then like the bad experiences would probably be like some of the injuries I've like dealt with in the last year or so. Like there's been some of them where I'd be like, that's a big injury, like that's very big. They all ended up being fine.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. But yeah.
Did any teachers or mentors have a lasting impact on you? And if they did, how so?
Oh, there is a good few. Definitely in Clann, the art teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely loved her. She listened to so many of my rants about so many stupid things. And she's always like, anytime she sees me, she's so excited to see me and everything. Like I absolutely adore her. Like I had her for 5 years. I didn't have her in first year, but I had her second and then up. And she was brilliant. And then in Tiernan, she was fun. I love Tiernan.
Yeah.
Like she was my year head for 5th and 6th year, and she was just great. And then there was a teacher who had a really big impact on me. He's not in the school no more. I think he's maybe in first year. Mair Malone. He used to be an Irish teacher.
Yeah, I remember.
And he moved to New York, and he's genuinely one of the best teachers I had met. Like he was my Irish teacher, and I never did well in Irish because I'm not from Ireland, I'm from the UK, so I never really learned Irish until I came to secondary school. And like he genuinely pushed me so hard, and like the things he said to me, I'm like, you can do Irish, like you you're good in that lot. And like even when he left after 5th year, like I took that into 6th year, and I did actually end up passing my Irish, which I didn't think I would do with my Leaving Cert. No, by no means high grades, but I passed my Irish, and I didn't think I would, and that was definitely because of him in 5th year constantly pushing me, telling me I could do it.
And would you say like the teachers have a big impact on like your school years?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I definitely found that like there was some teachers who I didn't like, and not because they were mean teachers, but just because if I didn't like the subject, I would not like the teacher.
Yeah. That's
And like, but it was like you definitely find that in 5th and 6th year because when you move into 5th and 6th year and even TY, you're kind of more mature. You're going into adult life, and the teachers not learn, but they respect that, and they respect you as adults, and you kind of not be friends with them, but you have a better relationship with them, and that actually makes the experience in school a lot better when they can understand you as well.
And you want to come to class a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Like in 5th and 6th year, there was some teachers who like because they respected us. Like I couldn't wait to go to class. Like I hated English 1st to 3rd year, and I had Indian learning for English, and I actually 5th year still wasn't a fan of English, but I actually really grew to love Indian learning, and like I loved going to English then. I actually really enjoyed going. So they definitely have a lasting impact on students.
She was actually our private one.
She's lovely. I love her.
She's really sweet.
What's your like overall experience in school?
Very good. I really think it's good. And again, I definitely wouldn't have said that if I was sat in school as a student now. But definitely looking back on it, it was one of the best experiences I had.
Yeah.
Like I would genuinely tell anybody now in school, like, these are your last 6 years of your teenage years. Like, do your work and put your head down, but live a little, have a bit of fun in school. Like even
Don't stress too much.
don't stress too much. Do TY and like be with your friends and that lot. Like really make the most out of your years in school, because I can tell you what, you will definitely miss it on graduation day. I did not think I would, but I really did.
Yeah.
So make the most of
Do
it.
you have any favourite memories from your school experience?
Favorite memories? Trying to think of some which definitely were not things which got me in trouble. There was one time where I think I had a free class, and me and my friend, she graduated last year. She had a locker right down opposite the PE hall, and she ended up having like loads of food in this locker. So me, her, and another girl decided to bring 3 chairs, and we sat there for an hour having a picnic.
Oh my god.
Just outside of the locker when we were meant to be in class, but I had a free class, so we had a picnic outside of the locker.
Oh.
Don't actually think the teachers gave out to me about that one. I'm not sure if they know, but they
Yeah.
definitely will know. There was definitely some really good memories, which probably should not say.
But like you have good
Yeah,
memories.
like,
You love the lesson.
Lots of good
Yeah.
memories, definitely. Yeah.
And explain like the PLC course.
Oh, the PLC course, it was fantastic. So we do work experience in it, just like Turn 2Y, 1 day a week. So I did my work experience in a nursing home, and that was really good, very stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that now I work in one.
Yeah.
So you'd have, some days would actually be quite short. So like when I did the nursing, maths was optional. Now I didn't take maths because I didn't do too well in my Leaving Cert.
Yeah.
So I took the maths, but some of the girls who didn't take maths, they'd only have 3 classes that day. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
Now the workload, it's a lot different to secondary school. You are going to get a lot of work and you've got assignments to do and that lot, but typically your assignments, you're going to have a lot of weeks to do them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get homework, like a 6-page essay in English here, like sometimes it has to be in like that day next week or the next day. Like you get a lot more time in the PLC, and it's really beneficial because if I went into university this last September when I went into DIFE and they told me to start writing assignments, I don't think there was any way I would have passed those assignments whatsoever, because that's something you don't learn in secondary school, which I think should be taught. Is how to write an assignment, because like going into DIFE and starting to write the assignments, I hadn't a clue. Like they have to be laid out a certain way, and I didn't know this.
Yeah.
And like you lose marks if it's not laid out that way, or if it's not in a certain font.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
But like that really, now when I go into university next year, I'm going to be able to do it a lot more better. So I'm going to be ahead of the other people. So it was very, very beneficial in that way. And just the overall experience of DIFE and the PLC, it's full of adults as well. And it's full of adults from different ages. Like I was in a class with somebody who was 38. I was in a class with somebody who was 25, and like they ended up being 2 of my closest friends
So
now.
it's a good mixture.
Like it's a good mixture of ages, and it's actually quite nice because I can get life experience from these different people who have lived a lot more than me, and they've done different experiences, and I thought that was very beneficial as well. But overall, it was a fantastic experience. Like I would urge everybody's going to do a PLC before they go to like university, because again, it gives you a year of kind of freedom. You can have a part-time job with it. It's not as stressful as you would think.
Yeah.
Like
Still
you
like
can,
would help you out.
yeah, you can have a bit of fun, and still get like your qualifications at the end of it. Like it's really good for anybody to do, and it gives you that kind of like opening eyes to the real world when you go to college before you have to go and do university. So it's very good.
Yeah.
Would you have any other advice for students completing exams?
Take your time in your exam. Like if you have finished within the first 20 minutes, do not get up and leave.
Yeah.
Like something will come back to you in like 40 minutes when you've left the exam hall and go,
Yeah.
that was the answer for that question. Like, please sit down and actually like don't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, stuff will come back to you. Like, I found that in some of my exams. Like, I'd leave some of my exams early and go, I know the answer to that question now.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And you can't go back in.
That's it.
But like, honestly, when you're sat there, take your time. If you don't know a question, skip it and come back to it at the end. Because you can think of it. Don't spend all your time on one question. If one question is meant to take 10 minutes, don't spend 30 minutes on it.
Yeah.
Leave it. It's obviously not worth that many marks. Skip on to a next question.
Yeah.
Like, you have to prioritize the bigger questions, and like, you can come back to those questions in the end. And just don't stress. Like, I was awful. Like, I really stressed in all my exams. Like, I'd be in the bathroom feeling sick and everything
Yeah.
over the exams. But don't. They're not that bad. Just try and calm yourself before you go into the exam, because if you're worked up, it's gonna mess that up as well. So
exactly.
try and be calm before the exam. Otherwise, like, if you're worked up, you're not gonna remember
Yeah.
anything, and it's a never-ending
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
So just
And did you like do, you know, if you're studying, would you like stay up late, or, you know, would you have any tips for that?
I still yet have to find out how to study.
Yeah.
I even in DIFE last year, I would be one of these people who would like stay up all night studying
Yeah.
and then go into an exam and expect to know everything,
Yeah.
which I didn't. That does not work.
Yeah.
And I still yet have to find out a way to study. I haven't found it. I didn't find it in secondary school, and I didn't find it in college.
I think it all depends on the person and what
Yeah.
works for them.
Exactly. So you have to just don't stay up all night studying. That doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That's the biggest tip I have for studying. Don't stay up all
Yeah.
night. But no, I couldn't really answer that question because I still
Yeah.
don't know how to study.
Yeah, that's okay.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
What is it like going from the school environment to the work environment?
It is tough. It is really tough because when you're sat in school, you have no responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you genuinely have no responsibilities, and especially jumping from, say, secondary school and going into a job like mine. Like, you're sat in secondary school and you're learning, like, you have designated breaks, you know exactly when you're going on break and that lot. And then, like, for me, when I'm in work, like, you are realistically responsible for, like, a whole person.
Yeah.
Or, like, when I'm in work on some of the floors, we'd have, like, 22 residents. Like, you are responsible for these 22 people to get them up in the morning. And, like, school is, like, so easy compared to that. And, like, you'd be in work and, like, I get 3 breaks a day, and I always get those 3 breaks a day. But when I get them, like, there's no designated time.
Yeah. Do
And
you have to decide when you take your breaks?
so we have a list which comes out in the morning which says our designated breaks. Now, we try and stick to it as much as we can, but, like, if you're showering a resident and, like, 20 to 11 hits, and they're still sat showering, you can't just leave them.
Yeah.
So you get all your breaks, but, like, there's no, like, designated set time, and that's kind of, like, hard to adjust to, I find, because, like, you'd be working for ages going, oh, I really need a break
Yeah.
now, and it's very stressful compared to school, like, really stressful,
Yeah.
like, having to, if you're late to school, you may get a late stamp or a bad note. If you're late to work, that's a whole other kettle of fish. That's
Yeah.
not late.
Yeah.
And, like, your work could say, right, you have to be in for 8. Realistically, you have to be in for 7:45 to clock in, to go to the staff room. You can't just rock up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, like, you really have to be on time and that lot. So it's very much different.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, so hopefully in the UK working, because I'm going to the UK for university next year to go and be with my family, like my grandparents and stuff. So hopefully I'd be over there, and, like, after my 3 years of nursing, I hope to work over there for a few years, and then I have ideas of moving to Australia.
Amazing. And
The only-
why Australia?
Well, it's got sun, and Ireland doesn't have
Yeah,
sun.
that's.
I don't know, like, nurses over there are treated a lot more better than many
Yeah.
other countries. Like, the pay is better, they just treat them better.
Yeah.
But, like, there is one thing putting me off, and the fact that they have very opportunities in the UK than they do over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
For like, see, you leave school at 16, you can do your A levels or your GCSEs. Oh no, your A levels or go to college, and I feel like that's actually a nice thing to go to college and
Yeah.
realize what you want to do
Yeah.
before going to university. And the way they do their A level subjects and that lot is very much like over here. I think for your Leaving Cert, I want to say 7 subjects. Can't remember. Like over there, I think for your A levels you do 4 subjects,
Oh, that's
and they're only
better.
subjects you're interested in.
Yeah.
And that's what will get you into university. Because
Yeah.
like I'd be sat in school and I'd be thinking to myself, going, like I'm sat here doing a subject which is not going to get me where I want.
Yeah.
It's completely not going to get me where I want. But I needed another subject to do. So I think in the UK it's a lot easier. And like I was in primary school in the UK, and I loved primary school in the UK.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah. And is it
Um,
like different from what you've heard from here?
yeah, primary school and primary school over here are quite different, I think. Like whereas, so I was in Wales, so obviously we would do Welsh, and like in Ireland you do Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in Ireland, when you're in primary school, you normally do maths, English, Irish every day.
Yes.
When I was in primary school in the UK, I think we did maths like 3 times a week.
Oh really?
I think we did English every day, but we certainly didn't do Welsh every day.
Yeah.
Where is in like primary school you do Irish every day. Like I think I did Irish maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if they forgot about it.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely better. Like if I were to carry on in the UK through secondary school and that lot, I don't think I would have been able to achieve a high grade in Welsh because I didn't do it as much in primary school. Whereas when you're in Ireland, like you're going into secondary school with a good basis of knowledge of it.
Yeah.
So it's different in that way, I think.
Yeah.
How did you find like junior cert through COVID?
I liked the predicted grades now. I did
Yeah.
very well in my predicted grades.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have done well in the exams. It was really hard, like, because I knew when I was at home that if I didn't do my work and email it in, I'm not necessarily going to get a bad note.
Yeah.
Nothing really is going to happen. Maybe they'll send a phone call to my parents. My parents would be just like, "Oh right, I'll get her to email it." Or like if like I didn't email, I'd be like, "Oh, the internet didn't work."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're actually in school, if you don't bring in your homework, you get a bad note, and I'd kind of be like, "Oh right, okay, I'm gonna have to do it for the next time. Like this isn't on now." So it was very lenient in COVID. Like you could get away with a lot of things, and I did not like that whatsoever because it gave me no motivation to do
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
And then coming back to school after COVID was such a huge step because you're going from sitting in bed all day, like listening to the teachers on the call because I don't think many people they were there. I don't think many people actually listened
Yeah.
because you're sat in your own home, you're surrounded by all your own things. Like I was
Yeah.
sat on calls curling my hair because I was bored
Yeah.
or something like that. So I wasn't really listening because I didn't really have to.
Yeah.
And then
you kind of
come-
got away with
And then coming back to school, I'm going into classes going, oh my god, it's like this is actually so hard. Like I haven't had this for so many months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a horrible experience. I
Yeah.
hated it.
Yeah.
So
Was there anything from like your school experience that you would change, like say do more activities or anything like that?
I definitely would want to be part of the school musical.
Yeah.
Now, I think it was 6th year I auditioned and I got a call back. It was for Greece
Yeah.
and I was so excited. I got a call back and then I was like, right, I have basketball. I'm like training once a week. I have so many matches coming up.
Yeah.
Then I have this and the Leaving Cert and all Malta outside of school. I was like, there's no way I can do it.
Yeah.
And my mom was kind of like, she kind of like told me, going like, come on now,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
exams at the end of this year. So I have to kind of like say goodbye to that. Like it's not like I'm saying goodbye to everything and having no fun in school.
Yeah.
Like I still kept on the basketball and the other month outside school, but I had to drop something. So I never got the opportunity to do a musical, and I really wish I did.
Yeah.
And another thing would be genuinely, like when I was in school, try a little bit Like
Yeah.
I wasn't the best student. There would be some years where I just didn't drive, and I actually really regret doing that then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And did you like when you were in school? Did you have a part-time job inside?
No, I could never get a job. Funny
Really?
enough, never ever get a job. Like I struggled so much getting this job now,
Yeah.
and like it's really in Ireland. It's like it's not what you know, it's who you know. Like
Yeah.
I got this job because I knew somebody in my church, and she got me the job.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for it. But like it's so hard. Like I always wanted a part-time job in school, but could never get one.
And is there anything from the school that you miss, like specifically?
I
Like the
definitely,
teachers
yeah,
or-
I would miss
Yeah.
the teachers. I miss kind of just like even the little things like walking to the next class with my friends. Like I
Yeah.
actually miss that. Like I have so many interesting and good conversations.
Yeah.
Or like I did this thing and like from TY I think every single first year who came in on the first day I'd always give everyone a high five.
Yeah.
Like I made it my mission each year to give every single first year a high five. Just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I kind of competed with myself doing this one.
Yeah.
And I actually missed doing that. I
Yeah.
thought that was fun. I had to recruit my sister to do it. She started first year this year. I was like, right now, come on.
Yeah.
Every first year gets a high five.
Yeah.
So I actually missed doing that.
Yeah.
That-
I think that's it.
that's it,
Yeah, yeah. But thank you for
Thank
coming.
you
so much.
Oh
Thank
my goodness. Yes, it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.